right? So my strategy was, Monday morning I used to wake up at 6 o'clock. So 6 to 9 I used to prepare every
Okay.
day, 6 to 9. This I used to prepare data structures and algorithms, and I used to take a note and pencil. And
Mhm.
the reason why I used to take pencil is so that I can rub it later,
Mhm.
because I was a bit lazy to again go and get a new note and something. So I used to write it in pencil, and I used to take rubber and Gaurav, one more thing. During this interview, right, I will also tell you why HR doesn't do that. After getting into Amazon, I got the answer for this one also. Why HR do not share the feedback for the interview? I'll tell you the answer. Because I got to know few weeks ago, right? So now coming back to this Deloitte thing. So after getting rejected from couple of in couple of interviews, I got to know that okay, I need to practice more and more problems on Geeks for Geeks portal and Lead Code portal, right? Because I started seeing the experiences of people. What was the strategy that they had adopted for
Right.
learning those things, right? So I think it was during that time only I was a bit active on LinkedIn also, because in LinkedIn, that's a pretty professional platform. So there people they after they have completed an interview, right, and if they get selected, they also share something called article, where they write what are the tools or what are the technologies and what are the platforms they have used in order to get job in those companies. So that also helped me a lot.
Really?
So I started referring to those portals, and then I started solving this all these data structures and algorithms related problems. Okay, now talking about the timing and strategy what I used, right? So as I told you, I was working with Deloitte, and I also wanted to have a good reputation with the company which I'm working for, right? So my strategy was, Monday morning I used to wake up at 6 o'clock. So 6 to 9 I used to prepare every day, 6 to 9. This I used to prepare data structures and algorithms, and I used to take a note and pencil. And the reason why I used to take pencil is so that I can rub it later, because I was a bit lazy to again go and get a new note and something. So I used to write it in pencil, and I used to take rubber and I used to rub it whenever I thought that अच्छा हाँ यहाँ गलती हो गया है, तो उसको rub कर दिया. And then once I had the solution written in paper, I used to take that solution and code it in the platform.
Okay.
So because the reason why I was doing that is, another reason is, in the experiences of people, I came to know that in companies like Amazon, Facebook, Google, they will not give you a computer where you can start coding the solution.
Right.
You will have to code it in notebook itself.
So that is how thorough you have to be while
exactly
coding.
Correct. So I thought that okay, anyways, which I'm going to do it in Amazon, why don't I start doing it right now itself? So I used to take those things, I started coding that in pen, like in note. And then in order to prove myself that my solution is correct, I used to take that solution as it is, and I used to code it in my computer, and I used to submit it, and my answer used to get correct. So after 3 months of practice, I had got a good gist of, okay, this is how we can solve a particular problem or something. So this is what I was doing. So 6 to 9 I used to prepare, and then from 9 o'clock till around 7 p.m. I used to go to office. So Deloitte. Another good thing which
Roshan,
happened
I'll ask you one thing. So this is, I think, one thing that viewers can take also, students or professionals who are listening it. You code on paper and you become so thorough so that you are damn sure that if that is put on a computer, it is going to run. And it took you almost 3 months to actually master this.
Yes, it took me 3 months exactly.
Okay.
So 6 to 9 I used to do this, and then from 9 a.m. till 19, so that is 7 p.m. So I used to work in Deloitte, and then from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. again I used to again work on data structures and algorithms. So 5 hours on weekdays, and on weekends what I used to do is I used to spend like 7 to 8 hours coding, like morning 4 hours and evening 4 hours. So that was this particular strategy I adopted for 3 months, and then is when I got a strong grasp on data structures and algorithms.
I must say
right?
it took you a lot of coding hours to
Yeah,
actually get a
yeah,
grasp of, in order to crack that
correct,
30-35 minute interview. In the
correct.
background was a lot of hard work.
Yes, Gaurav. Actually, reason behind Gaurav, if you see my journey,
Hmm.
I came to know about the gravity, the importance of these things only after I came into Deloitte. So during college, I had no
Right.
clue. In TCS, I
Exactly.
had no clue. Only after I came into Deloitte, I came to know that acha, there is that the interviewers have started giving importance to data structures and algorithms so much that if you don't know that, if you are not able to solve a particular problem with optimal solution, you will be kicked out of the interview in the round one itself. So
Right.
if you see the time the people were, they were doing hard work during their college days, I was watching Kapil Sharma show, I was sleeping aram se, and now when they were sleeping,
Right.
I was doing the hard work. So
Yeah. And
it's
I will tell you, Roshan, there are a lot of people. In fact, लाइक यू सेड, इंजीनियरिंग में ऐसा होता है कि बाय डिफॉल्ट सब चल रहा है, कोड लगा के दे दिया, एग्जामिनर आया, उससे भी 2-3 आंसर कर दिए, डिग्री मिल गई, लेट्स से टीसीएस या किसी के साथ यू स्टार्ट एट एन एंट्री लेवल, एंड नाउ बिकॉज यू नो दैट योर कोडिंग स्किल्स आर नॉट दैट मच, सो यू जस्ट
correct,
सर्वाइविंग डे बाय डे. एंड दैट इज व्हाई ये जो
exactly,
एक फ्रेम बना दिया है ना कि इंजीनियरिंग लाइफ बहुत बोरिंग हो गई है, यू वर्क फ्रॉम 9 to
yes,
6. व्हाट पीपल डोंट रियलाइज इज दैट if you are a very good engineer, you actually change things. Most of the things that work,
exactly,
for example, this
correct,
Zoom app that we are using to interact, it must have been created by an engineer. There are various
correct,
apps, various platforms, but to get to that level, it will take obviously a lot of hard work, and that is why they are
correct,
paying you so much also. They are paying you
correct,
your worth. you know
yeah,
People think that people who are working in Amazon or working in Deloitte or working in, let's say, Microsoft are overpaid. This is also a notion.
yeah,
What they don't understand is and as Elon Musk says, the gravity of problem you solve, that is the
yeah,
amount you're going to get paid for it. And
correct,
if you
Gaurav,
had known these things, for example, Geeks for Geeks and data structure is so important in your engineering days, let's say,
yeah,
if these are the things which are introduced in first year or second year, so that
yeah,
while being in engineering during those 3 years you master these concepts, that's
correct,
more than enough time. You're just studying, and when you actually
correct,
start applying for the companies, you can directly start with something like
exactly,
Amazon or Google, right? But
exactly.
obviously
So
most
that
of us
part
do
was
not have
missing.
that. Yeah.
Yes, that part is, I think, still, if I were to give you some approximate number, 75% of our colleges in India still
Mhm.
have no clue of what is being asked in the interview, right?
Right.
Still, they are focusing only on the numbers that they want to show on the board to the parents who come for the next year. They just
Right.
want to show that the student got placed in TCS, and that's it. So we are done and dusted. That's it.
Right.
So
100%
the
placement record.
placement,
This is their
correct.
selling point. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the selling point. But they forget that, I mean, I'm not blaming any college here, but
Mhm.
I just want them to tell the students that whatever you are learning, so there are 2 to 3 subjects that you will have to give more focus on or more priority on. So
Mhm.
that thing, I think college needs to communicate to the students properly, right? So how will the college know about it? Maybe they can call the people who are working in some top tier companies. They can come to their college one particular day or give some kind of sessions so that the students know the gravity of, the subjects that they need to focus more on. So that is one thing. So coming back to this, the
And one
preparation.
more thing, Roshan, adding to your point, for example, let's say right now, and the reason why we are doing this interview and came up with this initiative was, let's say there is some student who's in second year and who wants to make it into a company as good as Amazon, and he thinks that, I have not got a good college, so the company won't come in my campus. But now, given that you have a platform like as LinkedIn, you have YouTube, where there are so many professionals who are actually coming in, like we are doing this interview and sharing the whole process, it has actually
Correct,
become more easy because of the technology.
correct,
The only thing they
correct,
have to do is just work hard in one single direction after getting
correct,
that clarity. And now, because it's a time, I think you must have also heard, most of the companies have also done away with the degrees. So you just
correct.
require the amount of knowledge they need, and you're good to go for an engineer.
Yeah, so Gaurav, I think I completely agree to that. So, I mean, every college and every student needs to know what they need to focus on in order to get, job in top tier companies. If they are in second year or third year, they need to know in that moment itself that these are the subjects that they need to give more focus on, so that it will be helpful for them when they start applying from final year onwards, right? So even if the company does not come to their campus, they can still apply offline, and they will be in a position that, okay, I will have to spend my efforts on learning like leadership principles. There is something called leadership principle, which I'll talk later when I talk about Amazon recruitment process. But they will at least be sure that from second year to final year, I have already spent quality amount of time learning the subjects which will help me get job in Amazon, Google, Facebook.
Right.
So that I think they can take care of.
Because
So,
preparing
so
for
coming back,
I was just adding to this, because preparing for an organization like Amazon or Google, or let's say the Big Four, it takes a certain amount of time. So if you make that time during the time of your engineering, so after when you start working, that time would be reduced. And even if, let's say, for example, like you started with TCS, so let's say yours is a college where a big company doesn't come, you start with something like as a smaller scale company. Still, you in the background, like you did, you keep working hard and keep looking for opportunities, whether in LinkedIn or Naukri or whatever portals are. And someday a recruiter will contact you, and who never knows, you will make it.
yes, Gaurav, absolutely. All right. So shall we continue from where we just left?
Yeah, go ahead.
So so basically from after I had this good grasp on data structures and algorithms, so now was the time that how to approach these the top tier companies, right? Because I knew that in order to get calls from these companies, I need to showcase my skills, or at least get in touch with the recruiter stating that I am interested in this opportunity. So what I did is, as I already told you during the start of the interview, one of my brothers was already working with Amazon, right? So when I told him about my interest that I have prepared data structures and algorithms, and I want to give an interview, he told, okay, I'll refer you there, and maybe you can give it a try. So so that was the first time when I interviewed with Amazon. So I think I got rejected in the second round itself. So the questions that were asked to me, I had no clue of how to solve those kind of problems. So this was my first attempt with Amazon, and I was rejected in the second round. So after, again, I spent some more time learning learning on the mistakes which I did during the interview and how I could have improvised better. So I applied in, I think second time I did not apply. One of the recruiter contacted me because I was quite active in portals like LinkedIn and Naukri and all. So one of the recruiters from US contacted me, and she told me that we have an opening in Hyderabad location, and your profile seems to match with our requirements. So would you want to give it a try? So that is when I came to know about this Amazon recruitment process. I think there was a recruitment event which was going on. So this event had around some 500 candidates. Like that entire event was for 7 weeks, so 7 days, and every day they had around 20 candidates interviewed, right? So the process was like, since this event was about to happen in Hyderabad, they told me that we will call only those students, like those candidates to Hyderabad who will clear the first round of interview with us. So the first round was like an online round, and they told me that they will share a link, and I'll be given 2 questions, and I will have to solve both the questions so that they call me to Hyderabad for further interviews. So I think it was in the month of February or something. I think it was Jan or Feb ke time pe tha. So I gave the answer to both the questions. It was related to BFS, the breadth first search algorithm, and I was able to crack the first round. So right after 2 days, I again got a call from the recruiter stating that I have cleared the first round, and I can go. I mean, they are going to go ahead with my candidature, and they are going to call me to Hyderabad. So all the flight tickets and all they took care of, including my accommodation, everything they took care of, because I had to fly from Bangalore to Hyderabad since I was working in Deloitte with Bangalore, right? So the rest of the 4 rounds was again quite, it was a bit hard because the questions that were asked during the interview was of hard difficulty. The reason why they did that is, Gaurav, because I had already 5 years of experience by the time I applied in Amazon. I think 4.7 years to 4. Yeah, I think it was 4.7 to 4.8.
So the expectations had increased.
The expectation from the expectations had kind of increased. So the level of difficulty of each of the questions was also hard. So I managed to solve all the problems that they asked in the second and the third round, and the fourth round was a system design round. So in Amazon, what happens is, as soon as if you have 2.5 plus years of experience, they expect 3 things. One is a system design, one is a data structure, second is algorithms, and third is the system design, right?
Okay.
So for system design, what I used to do is, the preparation of how I did for system design is, there is a guy called Gaurav Sen who is quite popular in YouTube. So I took his playlist. It is in YouTube, system design playlist from Gaurav Singh. I took that playlist and I used to go through all the videos that he has shared. So in case if he has used a particular term which I did not understand or something, I used to note down in paper, and after the video got completed, I used to refer that using Wikipedia, or I used to Google that thing, and then I came to know that, okay, this is the term which is quite popular during system design interviews, and this is how it works. Right. So after going through that entire playlist, I got a fair amount of idea of what is the expectations during a system design interview. So that was one thing. And the second way of how I prepared for system design interview was by purchasing a course called educative.io. There's a course called Brooking the System Design Interview, and the website is educative.io. Maybe after the interview, I'll share you all the resources, so maybe you can take it forward from there. So I purchased that course, and it was around 2,500 rupees only. So I purchased that course, and there were also some handful amount of questions which were asked in companies like Amazon, Facebook, and Google. So I went through all the questions, and again there was a couple of videos also there. So I had gone through all of those, and that kind of helped me during the Amazon interview for system design. So I was able to crack that one as well. So overall, Amazon interview was as I had heard from people, it's very difficult to crack. When I was giving the interview, I literally had that kind of feeling that it's the bar that they had set for me was quite high, because I had 4.5 years of experience, and they were not looking for engineers who just have good grasp on data structures and algorithms, but they wanted to check if I am that particular candidate who is going to set bars for the next engineer who is going to come for interview. So that is what their expectation was. So apart from that, they also were checking my leadership principles. Actually, in Amazon, they have something called leadership principles.
So which was, Roshan, this round, for example, you mentioned first was online you gave, and one of the round was system design round. So if you could tell us which round was which one?
Yeah. So first round was an online coding test. Okay. Second and third round was data structures and algorithms. Fourth round was system design, and fifth round was a combination of all of these. So when I say combination, the ask was, there was a senior manager who came into the room, and he told me that we just have 1 hour, and he will throw me a particular requirement, and I will have to come up with the design. I will have to come up with the high level design, the low level design, the coding part, and the production level code for it. So he gave me around 55 minutes to do all of these.
Okay.
So that was the ask in the last round. So I think he was the hiring manager as well. So totally it was 5 rounds, and from the before the interview started, the recruiter told me that I had to focus on something called leadership principles. So in Amazon, they have around 14 to 16 leadership principles, and the expectation from the interviewer is that, say for example, there's the first leadership principle is customer obsession. So the expectation from the candidate is they need to showcase, or they need to talk about customer obsession that they have done in their professional career or something in the past. For example, if I have solved a problem for a customer, or if I have shown a lot of enthusiasm towards a particular client. So what made me to do so, and what efforts did I take to showcase that skill? So that was kind of it's more of a behavioral questions. But the HR clearly told me that, Roshan, if you are good at DES, algorithms and system design, but if you fail to answer the leadership principles properly, then we will not go ahead with your application. So leadership is quite important here in Amazon, because every day when we have a scrum meeting, or when we have our daily conversation with the customers, so there we are applying the leadership principles, and we need to convince them why we are going ahead with the solution and why not going with other solutions. So that is really very important. Whoever is going to apply in Amazon, I just want to advise you that if you are good at data structures, algorithms and system design, please don't forget to have at least 2 examples for the leadership principles. You will not be able to crack Amazon without that. So that's really important. So yeah, after completing the 5 rounds of interview, the HR told me that we will get back to you. And right after 2 days, I got a call from them, and they told me that there was also one slight tragedy which happened with me. Okay. So the HR told me that, Roshan, we are going ahead with your candidature, but we will not select you as an SD2. Basically, we have in Amazon SD1, SD2 and SD3. So SD1 is for people who are from 0 to 3 years of experience, and SD2 is like 3 to 6, 7 years of experience, and SD3 is like 7+ years of experience. So the HR told me that, Roshan, we are going ahead with your application, but we will not give you SD2, we will give you SD1, because that's the entry level engineer. So that profile will be giving you. So I was happy, but at the same time I was just thinking like, what went wrong? Because I had a confidence that all the interview rounds that I had gone through, that went on very well, and I could sense it from the interviewer itself, because he seemed to be quite convinced with the answers which I was giving, and throughout the interview I did not get stuck or something. So I was I was in a position that whatever answers I'm giving to the recruiter or the interviewer, that is making sense. I'm not blabbering something. So I was in that position only after I got rejected in 20 interviews, because whatever experiences I got from there, that kind of helped me here. So after I got that call from the HR, I was like both happy and sad. Happy because I got into Amazon, and sad because I did not get the level which I wanted to, because I was already 5 years of experience. I already had 5 years of experience. So I was looking for more of SD2 level. So again, after like half an hour, the HR did a video call via WhatsApp. I mean, she was a US recruiter, so she was very, a like-minded people, and she was very good actually. So she did a video call, and she told me that, hey Roshan, I'm really sorry. I'm having a very terrible experience, and I just wanted to apologize that the SD1 is for someone else. There was another candidate called Roshan Kumar, and SD2 is for Roshan Halwai. So she just got a bit confused by seeing the first name. So SD1 was another guy, and I was for SD2. So she told, like, I don't know why, but she apologized it for like 10 to 15 times. I just told her that, okay, here in India, these things keep happening, so don't worry about it much. So she was like, okay. So she told me that I really want to apologize for that, but we are giving you an SD2 engineer, and we are quite impressed with your profile, and the entire interview experience went quite well. And the hiring manager is also in favor of giving you an SD2 level. So yeah, that's how I got into Amazon. And as far as the HR feedback is concerned, right? So sometime during the middle of the conversation, we were talking about why HR doesn't give the feedback to candidates. So after I came into Amazon, so there is something called a 7-day course that every SD2 engineer has to attend. So that the reason of having that course is, so we are supposed to take interviews of people who are going to come into Amazon, like SD1 engineers. Is like, it is our responsibility to take interviews of SD1. Okay. So here in Amazon, they take the interviews quite seriously, right? So they treat every candidate who comes into Amazon as a customer for them. They have a strong feeling that anyone who has a very bad interview experience, ultimately they might get affected. I mean, their website Amazon.com or Amazon.in might get affected, because the candidate who is unhappy will definitely not go and buy products from Amazon, right? So they want to ensure that the candidate gets rejected only for their technical inability, or the problems that they were not able to solve, but not for the interview experience that they have gone through, right? So that is something that they wanted to ensure. So as far as the feedback is concerned, the reason why the HR doesn't give the candidate the feedback is they don't want to give the feedback and reject that application right away. So every now and then there are a couple of new openings which keeps coming into Amazon, and they keep the application of the candidate into their database. And as soon as they see that this particular role fits into one of the candidates profiles which have applied in the past, then they again reach out to them, right? And as far as the feedback is concerned for the the behavioral thing, every candidate who is going to interview with Amazon, they will receive a detailed email on what are the topics that they have to go through before the interview. So those kind of things Amazon already does. So overall, I mean, if any of the student who is going to give interviews with Amazon, Facebook, Google, or any bank-based companies, they'll definitely experience a whole new level of interview experience, right? And the companies like TCS, Deloitte, they have a different set of interview experiences. So what I would highly recommend is